Om Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantahe. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karabhavahai Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu Bhavetvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Agajana Patmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Gurave Sarvalokanam Bhishaje Bhavaroginam Nidaye Sarva Vidyanam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Asmad Guru Charanarvindabhyam Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Shri Hayagrivam Upasmahe Shri Hayagriva Namaha Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Shri Mahasaraswati Namaha Uma Komala Hastabja Sambhavitalatakam Hiranyakundalam Vande Kumaram Pushkarasrajam Vetrivel Muruganakka Har Harohara Lokaviryam Mahapujyam Sarvarakshakaram Vibhum Parvati Hridayanandam Shastaram Pranamamyaham Swamiye Sharanamayappa Vagartaviva Sampraktau Vagarta Pratipattaye Jagadah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau Shri Parvati Parameshwarabhyam Namaha Komalam Kujayan Venum Shyamaloyam Kumarakah Veda Vedyam Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Asmad Guru Charanarvindabhyam Namaha Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Shri Nath Narayana Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Shri Nath Narayana Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Shri Nath Narayana Vasudeva Pitambaram Karavirajita Chakrashanka Kaumodaki Sarasijam Karuna Samudram Radha Sahayam Atisundara Mandahasam Vatalayesham Anisham Hridibhavayami Krishno Rakshatumam Chara Chara Guruhum Krishnam Namasye Sadha Krishne Naiva Surakshito Hamasakritim Krishnaya Dattam Hanaha Krishna Deva Samudbhavo Mama Vibhom Krishnasya Dasosmyaham Krishne Bhakti Rachancarastu Bhagavan He Krishna Tubhyam Namaha Shri Guru Vayurappa Sharanam Namranam Sanhidatte Satatamapi Purastairanabhyartitanapi Artan Kamanajasram Vitaradi Paramananda Sandram Gatim Cha Itham Nisheshanabhyo Niravadika Palaha Parijato Hare Tum Kshudram Tam Shakravati Drumam Abhilashadi Vyartamarte Prajohyam Shri Guruvayurappa Sharanam Shri Bhattapadam Anisham Hridibhavayami Vamshi Vibhushitakarat Navaniradaabhat Pitambarat Arunabimba Phaladharoshtad Purnendu Sundharamukhat Arabindhanetrat Krishnat Param Kimapi Tattvamaham na jane Kairindum Kupinyan Vindhu Mirakunnu Niraja Lochana Ninodhai Yetinu Manyane Kumbidenda Toro Ritiyil Nihenne Padikkenai Krishna Hare Jaya Krishna Hare Jaya Krishna Hare Jaya Krishna Hare. Good morning, everybody. So I think last class we almost did most of 7, so we'll just do a quick review of 8. So Ramesh, can you do half half 8, whichever half you want, or maybe the second half. And Sridevi Garu, can you do the first half?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's got 13, so you can just do 7, 6 or something like that. That's fine. Sridevi Garu, can you go first? Yeah,
Oh, yeah, sure. I will try my best. Sri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. Dasakam 8. Pralaya Varnanam Jagat Srishti Prakara Varnanam Cha. Evam Tavat Prakruta Prakshayante.
Sorry, I think that's not it. Evam, yeah. Evam Tavat Prakruta Prakshayante. That you.
Evam Tavat Prakruta Prakshayante. Brahme Kalpe Hyadime Labda Janma. Brahma Bhuyastatva Evapya Vedan. Srishtim Chakre Purva Kalpopamanam. Soyam Chaturyuga Sahasra Mityanahani. Tavan Mitascha Rajanir Bahusho Ninaya. Nidratya Sautvai Niliya Samam Swasrushtaihi. Naimit Kalpa Pralaya. Naimitika Pralaya Mahurato. Sorry,
that's okay. Go ahead.
Naimitika Pralaya Mahuratosya Ratrim Asmadrusham Punarahur Mukakrutya Tulyam Srustim Karoti Anudinam Sabhavat Prasadat Prag Brahma Kalpa Janusham Cha Parayusham Tu Supta Prabodhana Samasti Tadapi Srustihi.
This is the first, sorry, one small correction. First line, Punarahar. I think you said Punarahur or something. Just a small.
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay. Keep going.
Panchashadabda Madhuna Swayayordharupam Mekam Parardhamativrutya hi vartate sau Tatrantiratri janitan kathayami bhuman Paschadinavatarane Chabhavat Vilasan.
The second line, Ekam, because you're making it Swa Vayodharupam, right, in the first line. Next line is Ekam Parardham.
Oh, I didn't correct. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Dinavasaneta sarojayonihi sushiptu kamastvayi sannililye jaganti chatvajjataram samiyuhu tadedame karnavamasa vishvam tavaiva veshe bhanirajisheshe jalaikasheshe bhuvanasmasheshe Ananda Sandranubhavaswarupaha Swayoga Nidra Parimudritatma.
Second line, Bhuvane. Second line.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Kalakya Shaktim Pralayavasani Prabodhayetya Dishata Kiladau Tvaya Parasuptam Parisupta Shakti Vrajena Tatra Kila Jivadhamna. Sorry, Rajesh.
No, perfect. No, not problem at all. Okay, Ramesh, ninga list padiruva.
Aduryukanam cha sakasramevam tvayi prashupte punaradvitiye kalakya shakti pramata prabuddhatha prabodayatvam kila vishwanatha.
Ramesh, in the third line, Prathama Prabuddha. I think you said Pramata, you said it opposite.
Prathama Prabuddhata.
The Prabuddhana. Extra tha, there's no extra tha there, right?
Kalakya Shakti Pramata Prabuddha.
Yeah. Prabuddha. I think again you said Pramata and the tha and ma, I think you swapped it. Prathama, first.
Kalakya Shakti Prathama Prabuddha.
Correct, that's it. Yeah, okay.
Prapodayatvam kila vishwanatha vibhutya chatvam jalakarpasayin vilokya lokana kilan pralinan teshveva shukshma madhyamataya nijanta stititeshu vishveshu tata tadrishtim. तदस्त्वयि यतायि नापिरन्द्रात् उदञ्चितं किञ्चित् दिव्यपद्मं निलीननिःशेषपदार्थमाला संक्षेपरूपं मुकुलायमानम्.
The first line. Tatas twadiyadai.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
Correct பண்ணியா திருப்பி சொல்லட்டுமா?
No, that's okay. Keep going. Next one, quick.
तते ततम्बोहरूककुट्मलं ते कले पराथेयपते प्ररूढम्.
Toyapate.
कले पराथोयपते प्ररूढम् बहिर्निरीतं परितस्य पुरद्भिः स्वतामभिर्भान्तमलं यकृन्तत् सम्पुल्लपत्रे नितरां विचित्रे तस्मिन् भवद्वीर्यधृते सरोजे सपद्मजन्म विधिराविरासीत् स्वयं प्रबुद्धा किल वेदराशिः.
Rashihi. Just in the end, don't stretch that last letter. Rashihi.
Oh, so visarga vandatla irukku. Okay.
Yeah, Rashihi.
Prabhuta kila vedarasihi asmin paratman nanupatmakalpe tvamiddhamuttapida patmayonihi ananta bhuma mamarokarasim nirunti vatalaya vasavishnu.
No.
Just in the first line, Ramesh, Padma Kalpe. I think you said Padma Kalpe. Extra this A there, Padma Kalpe. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
I have a question for the 9th shloka.
Yeah. No.
Is it a plus? Teshveva sukshmat mataya nijantasthiteshu. Is there a plus there?
Yeah, there is a plus there. 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we'll start with 9. So we'll just see here today. So Vaidehi and Kalpana Garu, can you be students for 9 or the first half of the class? Okay.
Sure.
Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. So this is Jagat Srishti Prakara Varna. So in the previous one we saw, in the 12th stanza Brahma was born. So this is kind of talking about what is happening. So this chapter, actually maybe the next chapter is where a lot of the other people are born. But anyway. Stitasya kamalodhavaha tavahina bhipanke ruhe kutasvididamam budhau uditamityana lokayan tadikshana kutuhalat pratidisham vivrittananah chaturbhadanata magat vikasadashta drishyam bhujam. So stitasya kamalodhavaha, that is there, remove that off, put a visarga and a comma, kamalodhavaha tava hi nabhi panke ruhe, comma, then kutaha is there, put a is, kutas svididham ambudhau. So the after dha you have a vu, so remove that vu and first put a ambudhau and then a comma. So kutas svididham ambudhau, comma, next word starts with a u, uditam. So uditam ityana lokayan, if you want to break it, or you can say it together, but the next word starts with a u. Stitasya kamalodbhavaha tavahina bhipanke ruhe kutasvididamam budhau uditamityana lokayan.
Stitasya kamalodbhavaha tavahina bhipanke ruhe kutasvididamam budhau uditamityana lokayan. Stitasya kamalodbhavaha tavahina bhipanke ruhe kutasvididamam budhau उदितमित्यनालोकयन्
स्थितः स कमलोद्भवः तव हि नाभिपङ्केरुहे कुतः स्वदितमम्बुधौ उदितमित्यनालोकयन्.
Kalpana, second line. Kutasvi didam.
Okay.
Svi.
स्थितः स कमलोद्भवः तव हि नाभिपङ्केरुहे कुतः स्विदिदमम्बुधौ उदितमित्यनालोकयन्.
Tadikshana kutuhalat, comma, prati disham bibrittananaha. Put a visharka at the end of that line and a comma. Bibrittananaha, comma. Next line, that ish goes away. So it starts with Chatur Vadana Tamagat. So the dvi that you have there, we're going to break the dvi off. So Chatur Vadana Tamagat, comma. Next word starts with a V, V as in Victor. Vikasa Dashta Drishtyam Bujam. So the Drishtyam Bujam, it's not Drishtaya Ambujam. It's this line under the ta, right, in Sanskrit. So Drishtyam Bujam.
The last line, is it Chatur Vadana Tamagad or Gad?
It, ta, first ta. Ta. Yeah, because the way it works is the it plus the V, although those are two different words, but when you join them, it becomes a dvi. That it becomes a da and it becomes a V when you join it. But when you separate it, it is a it only. Okay. Tadikshana kutuhalat pratidisham bibrittananaha chaturvadana tamagat vikasa dashta drishtyam bujam.
तदीक्षणकुतूहलात् प्रतिदिशं विवृत्ताननः चतुर्वदनतामगात् विकसदष्टदृष्ट्यम्बुजाम् तदीक्षणकुतूहलात् प्रतिदिशं विवृत्ताननः चतुर्वदनतामगात् विकसदष्टदृष्ट्यम्बुजाम्
तदीक्षण कुतूहलात् प्रतिदिशं विवृत्ताननः चतुर्वदनतामगात् विकसदष्टदृष्ट्यम्बुजाम् तदीक्षण कुतूहलात् प्रतिदिशं विवृत्ताननः चतुर्वदनतामगात् विकसदष्टदृष्ट्यम्बुजाम्.
Stanza 2. Maharnava vighurnitam kamalameva tat kevalam vilokya tadupashrayam tavatanum tunalokayan kayesha kamalodare mahati nissahayo hyaham kutasvididamambujam samajaniti chintamagate. Maharnava vighurnitam, comma, kamalam eva tat kevalam bilokya. So put a plus at the end of that line. And then tat kevalam bilokya. After bilokya, put a comma. Then tadupashrayam tava tanum tu nalokayan. So one comma after vigurnitam, another after bilokya. Maharnava vighurnitam kamalameva tat kevalam bilokya tadupashrayam tavatanum tunalokayan.
महार्णवविघूर्णितं कमलमेव तत् केवलं विलोक्य तदुपाश्रयं तव तनुं तु नालोकयन् महार्णवविघूर्णितं कमलमेव तत् केवलं विलोक्य तदुपाश्रयं तव तनुं तु नालोकयन्
महार्णवविघूर्णितं कमलमेव तत् केवलं विलोक्य तदुपाश्रयं तव तनुं तु नालोकयन् महार्णवविघूर्णितं कमलमेव तत् केवलं विलोक्य तदुपाश्रयं तव तनुं तु नालोकयन्
Ka yesha kamalodare mahati, comma, nissahayo hyaham. So it's like ha and the ya combined in the first word. Hya and then ham, hyaham, comma. Next you have kutaha, put a is, kutas Swididam ambujam. So the same Swididam which came earlier. So Swididam ambujam, comma, Samajaniti Chintamagad.
Rajesh, is it I have it as ka yeva kamalodare. Is it Yesha?
Yeah, just change it to Asia. Yeah. Kahesha kamalodare mahati nissahayo hyaham kutasvididam ambujam Samajaniti Chintamagad.
कयेश कमलोदरे महति निस्सहायो ह्यहं कुतस्विदिदमम्बुजं समजनीति चिन्तामगात् कयेश कमलोदरे महति निस्सहायो ह्यहं कुतस्विदिदमम्बुजं समजनीति चिन्तामगात्
क एष कमलोदरे महति निस्सहायो ह्यहं कुतस्विदिदमम्बुजं समजनीति चिन्तामगात् क एष कमलोदरे महति निस्सहायो ह्यहं कुतस्विदिदमम्बुजं समजनीति चिन्तामगात्.
Stanza 3. Amushya hi saroruhah किमपि कारणं संभवेत् इति स्मकृत निश्चयः सखलु नालरन्ध्राध्वना स्वयोग बल विद्यया समवरूढवान् प्रौढधीः त्वदीयमति मोहनं न तु कलेबरं दृष्टवान्. So like just a quick explanation, right? So what we saw last time is from the navel of the Lord came something which was shaped like a bud. So in poetry, right, because all of these are a little bit of poetry, we can't explicitly take the meaning or explicitly take the word as is. You have to kind of look at maybe what they're trying to say. So what they originally said in the previous stanza was something came which was shaped like a lotus bud. So something which is shaped like a lotus bud means it's like an elliptical shape, right? That's what it means. So from there Brahma came. So then when Brahma comes and then he's come from the navel and then he's looking around and then he's wondering to himself like Kayesha. So he's saying Kayesha, who am I? First question he asks is, I've suddenly come, and he's looking around, there's absolutely nothing there, right? And like we said earlier is when they say there is water, when Brahma comes and there's water everywhere, it doesn't necessarily mean physical water. It just means the source of everything. It's like a mass which is originally there. So Brahma is wondering, who am I? Where am I right now? And what is happening? So he has all these questions because he has no idea. He doesn't see anything. So once he doesn't realize all this, right? So this is his beginning of his day, right? The Kalpa beginning of his day when he's waking up or when the thing starts. So then what he's doing in this third stanza is, it says he is going down the stem of the lotus, right? Now, of course, you can't imagine the entire universe, right? It's not like a physical stem again. He's trying to get to the root of where he has come from, right? Where this entire thing has come from, because he's looking and saying, if I'm sitting, I must have come from somewhere. So there should be some source to me because I myself don't know who I am. So that's what he says here. Then he's then using a combination of the knowledge that he has, and he does a lot of meditation, and then he's then in his mind, purely through his mind, he's trying to get to the source of where things are or where he has come from. And then he doesn't find anything, right? He's looking, but he's not finding anything. So amushya hi saro ruhaha, comma, kimapi karanam sambhavet, put a it at the end of that line, and then a comma, sambhavet. Next line you have diti, so remove the d and make it e. Iti sma krita nishchayaha. So that is there, remove it, put a visarga and a comma, nishchayaha, comma, sa khalu nala randhradvana. Amushya hi saroruhaha kimapi karanam sambhavete iti smakrita nishchayaha Sakhalu nalarandhradvana.
अमुष्य हि सरोरुहः किमपि कारणं सम्भवेत् इति स्म कृतिनिश्चयः स खलु नालरन्ध्राद्वना अमुष्य हि सरोरुहः किमपि कारणं सम्भवेत् इति स्म कृतिनिश्चयः खलु नालरन्ध्राद्वना.
Sakhalu. I think second time you forgot that sa, but that's okay.
Is it Smakruta or Smakruti? It's Smakruta, right?
Which?
The second line,
Yeah, it is
Smakruta, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought I heard Smakruti.
Yes, sma krita nishchayah.
Amushya hi saroruhah kimapi karanam sambhavet iti smakruta nishchayah sakhalu nalarandhradvana. Amushya hi saroruhah kimapi karanam sambhavet iti smakruta nishchayah sakhalu nalarandhradvana.
Swa yoga bala vidyaya, comma, samavarudhavan praudhadhihi. So put a visarga at the end of that line and the comma, praudhadhihi, comma. Next line, it's starting is goes away. So twadiyam ati mohanam, comma, na tu kalebaram drishtavan.
Rajesh, I have it as Sayoga. Is it Swa Yoga?
Swa yoga, yeah. It's his, because of his yoga and bala and vidyaya, because of his strength, knowledge, and because of yoga. So swa. Swa yoga bala vidyaya samavarudhavan praudhadihi twadiyamati mohanam natu kalebaram drishtavan.
स्वयोगबलविद्यया समवरूढवान् प्रौढधीः त्वदीयमतिमोहनं न तु कलेभरं दृष्टवान्. स्वयोगबलविद्यया समवरूढवान् प्रौढधीः त्वदीयमतिमोहनं न तु कलेभरं दृष्टवान्.
स्वयोगबलविद्यया समवरूढवान् प्रौढधीः त्वदीयमतिमोहनं न तु कलेभरं दृष्टवान्. स्वयोगबलविद्यया समवरूढवान् प्रौढधीः त्वदीयमतिमोहनं न तु कलेभरं दृष्टवान्.
Stanza 4. Tatas sakala nalika vivara margago margayenhe prayasya shatavatsharam kimapi naiva sandrishtavan nivritya kamalodhare sukhanishanna ekagradihi samadhi balamadade bhavadanugrahaikagrahi. So tataha is there, so put a is there. Tatas sakala nalika vivara margago margayen. So the whole line is together, comma, prayasya shata vatsaram, comma, kimapi naiva sandrishtavan. Tatas sakala nalika vivara margago margayen prayasya shata vatsaram kimapi naiva sandrishtavan.
ततः स सकलनालिका विवरमार्गगो मार्गयन् प्रयस्य शतवत्सरं किमपि नैव सन्दृष्टवान्. ततः सकलनालिका विवरमार्गगो मार्गयन् प्रयस्य शतवत्सरं किमपि नैव सन्दृष्टवान्.
ततः सकलनालिका विवरमार्गगो मार्गयन् प्रयस्य शतवत्सरं किमपि नैव सन्दृष्टवान्. ततः सकलनालिका विवरमार्गगो मार्गयन् प्रयस्य शतवत्सरं किमपि नैव सन्दृष्टवान्.
Nivritya kamalodare, comma, sukha nishanna ekagradhihi, comma, samadhi balamadadhe, comma, bhavadanugrahai kagrahi. So that entire word, last word is together. She can't quite break it. So because bhavat anugraham and all that stuff. So bhavadanugrahai kagrahi. Nivritya kamalodare sukha nishanna ekagradihi samadhi balamadadhe bhavadanugrahai kagrahi.
निवृत्य कमलोदरे सुखनिषण्ण एकाग्रदीः समाधिबलमादधे भवदनुग्रहैकाग्रही निवृत्य कमलोदरे सुखनिषण्ण एकाग्रधीः समाधिबलमादधे भवदनुग्रहैकाग्रही
निवृत्य कमलोदरे सुखनिषण्ण एकाग्रदीः समाधिबलमादधे भवदनुग्रहैकाग्रही निवृत्य कमलोदरे सुखनिषण्ण एकाग्रदीः समाधिबलमादधे भवदनुग्रहैकाग्रही.
Stanza 5. Shathena parivatsaraihi dhrida samadhi bando lasat prabodha vishadikritah sakhalu padmini sambhavah adrishta charamadbhutam tavahi rupamantadrisha vyachashta paritushtadir bhujaga bhoga bhagashrayam. So when Brahma is like wondering, that there should be some reason and all that stuff, and we said that he started searching, right, through his mind, purely with his mind, as to where this has come from, all this, whatever he's seeing, where it has come from, and he starts trying to find the reason for it. So no matter how long he is looking in his mind, right, he's not able to contemplate the reason for why anything is happening. So he tries for a long time, and then eventually he gives up because he's not able to find out what has happened. So he then comes back, and then he says, you know what, I have no choice, and what I'm going to resort to is just samadhi bhalamadate. He said, I'm going to get into this mode of samadhi, and I'm going to completely concentrate on something, right? But I'm going to focus and meditate on that. So because he doesn't know what to meditate on either. So he then says, at least he knows he has to meditate. So what he does is, he then, I keep saying he, not necessarily a male in this case, because it's in general. So, but so Brahma is then completely meditating on something for a really long time. So finally, in that mode of samadhi, when he's meditating for a really long time, his mind is clear, because previously he was looking for an answer. So when he was looking for an answer and searching in his mind, he couldn't find the answer. But now he completely gave up looking for an answer. And when he was meditating, he then saw the source of everything. So that's what he says there. He saw Charam Adbhutam. He saw something which is really wonderful, which is he saw your own form. Tavahi Rupam. He sees your own form lying on Adishesha, and that's the form that he actually sees in his mind. And in the next paragraph, they describe that form, but that's what he eventually sees. So Shatena Parivatsaraihi. So Visarga and a comma there after Vatsaraihi. And then on top of the dr, if you have another ir going, remove that off. So it's Drida Samadhi Bandholasat, and then put a plus, Prabodha Vishadi Kritaha, comma, Sa Khalu Padmini Sambhavaha. So join the plus at the end of the first line, and then comma after Vishadi Kritaha. Shatena Parivatsaraihi Dhrida Samadhi Bandholasat Prabodha Vishadi Kritaha Sakhalu Padmini Sambhavaha.
शतेन परिवत्सरैः दृढसमाधिबन्धोल्लसत्प्रबोधविशदीकृतः खलु पद्मिनी सम्भवः पद्मिनी सम्भवः शतेन परिवत्सरैः दृढसमाधिबन्धोल्लसत् प्रबोधविशदीकृतः स खलु पद्मिनी सम्भवः
शतेन परिवत्सरैः दृढसमाधिबन्धोल्लसत्प्रबोधविशदीकृतः स खलु पद्मिनी सम्भवः शतेन परिवत्सरैः दृढसमाधिबन्धोल्लसत्प्रबोधविशदीकृतः स खलु पद्मिनी सम्भवः
अदृष्ट चरमद्भुतं कॉमा तव हि रूपम अंतर्दृशा. You can break that. Rupam antardrisha and then put a plus and then say the whole line, next line together. Vyachashta paritushtadhir bhujaga bhoga bhagashrayam. Adrishtacharam tava hi rupam antardrisha vyachashta paritushtadhir bhujaga bhoga bhagashrayam.
अदृष्टचरमद्भुतं तव हि रूपमन्तर्दृशा व्यचष्टपरितुष्टधीर्भुजग भोगभागाश्रयम् अदृष्टचरमद्भुतं तव हि रूपमन्तर्दृशा व्यचष्टपरितुष्टधीर्भुजग भोगभागाश्रयम्
अदृष्टचरमद्भुतं तव हि रूपमन्तर्दृशा व्यचष्टपरितुष्टधीर्भुजगभोगभागाश्रयम्.
Kalpana, last line, paritushtadhir, long e.
Oh, long d, okay. अदृष्टचरमद्भुतं तव हि रूपमन्तर्दृशा व्यचष्टपरितुष्टधीर्भुजगभोगभागाश्रयम्.
Stanza 6. Kirita makutollasat katakaha, sorry, Kirita makutollasat katakahara kiyurayung manispuritamekhalam suparivita pitambharam kalaya kusuma prabham ghalatalolasat kaustubham vapustadai bhavahe kamala janmane darshitam. So darshitam means he saw in his mind Kamala Janmane, the one who was born from the lotus, which is Brahma here. Vapus tadai bhavai. So your form, O Lord, Vapu means form. So he saw that form of yours, and then Bhattacharya is describing the first three lines. I'm not going to explain the meaning. I think we heard most of the words must be very familiar to you already. So the form of the Lord, he sees it in his mind. So Kirita Makutollasat Kataka Hara Keyura Yung, and then put a plus. Yung Mani Spurita Mekhalam, comma Suparivita Pitambaram.
Rajesh, can you repeat what is Kataka Hara Keyura? I have it as Yug.
Yeah, and the ing sound clear.
Okay, Kaka Gaga
Nga, yeah. Nga. And the nga with the line under. So
okay.
Ing and the ing. Okay. I mean, it will have a dot as a Sanskrit. Yeah. Kirita Makutollasat Katak Makutollas. Actually, I keep making that mistake every time. Kirita Makutollasat, and then there is a comma there. So Kirita Makutollasat, and then comma, and then Katakahara.
Is it Makutollasat or Mukutollasat?
Yeah, Makutola. Some books added as Mukutola, so it's Makutam. We checked on that last time.
Okay.
Okay. So, and the, what do you call it? See, Kiritam is a crown, and the Makutam, I think, is the one that goes around, I think, something like that. It's associated with the crown. Okay. But it's Makuta. Some books added as Mukutola. So, Kirita Makutola Sate. Katakahara kiyurayung manispurita mekhalam suparivita pitambaram.
Kirita Makutollasat Katakahara keyurayung manispurita mekalam suparivita pitambaram. Kirita Makutollasat Katakahara keyurayung manispurita mekalam Suparivita Pitambaram.
किरीटमकुटोल्लसत् कटकहारकेयूरयुं मणिस्फुरितमेखलं सुपरिवीतपीताम्बरम् किरीटमकुटोल्लसत् कटकहारकेयूरयुं मणिस्फुरितमेखलं सुपरिवीतपीताम्बरम्
कलाय कुसुम प्रभम कॉमा गल तलोल्लसत् कौस्तुभम कॉमा वपुस तदयि भावये कॉमा कमल जन्मने दर्शितम् कलाय कुसुम प्रभम गलतलोल्लसत् कौस्तुभम वपुस तदयि भावये कमल जन्मने दर्शितम्
कलाय कुसुमप्रभं गलतलोल्लसत्कौस्तुभं वपुस्तदयि भावये कमलजन्मने दर्शितम् कलाय कुसुमप्रभं गलतलोल्लसत्कौस्तुभं वपुस्तदयि भावये कमलजन्मने दर्शितम्
कलाय कुसुमप्रभं गलतलोल्लसत्कौस्तुभं वपुस्तदयि भावये कमलजन्मने दर्शितम् कलाय कुसुमप्रभं गलतलोल्लसत्कौस्तुभं वपुस्तदयि भावये कमलजन्मने दर्शितम्
Stanza 7. श्रुति प्रकर दर्शित प्रचुर वैभव श्रीपते हरे जय जय प्रभो पदमुपैषि दिष्ट्यादृशो कुरुष्व धियमाशु मे भुवन निर्मितौ कर्मठाम् इति द्रुहिण वर्णित स्वगुण भंहिमा पाहि माम्. Here then Brahma goes on, right, when he sees the form of the Lord, he goes and he praises, right, in his own way. He praises for a really long time about the greatness of the Lord. So all Bhattacharya is saying is, you who were praised by Brahma in this manner and all the way that Brahma had praised him, please also help eradicate. Here he says in the last line, Swaguna Bhamhima Pahima. Please also eradicate all of the challenges and the diseases that I'm also having. The Bhattacharya is also asking here in the middle, to eradicate all his ailments as well. So Shruti, Prakara, Darshita, Prachura, Vaibhava, Shri Pate, comma. So continuous, and then a comma at the end. Hare Jaya Jaya Prabho, comma. Padamupaishi Dishtya Drishoho. Shruti Prakara Darshita Prachura Vaibhava Shri Pate Hare Jaya Jaya Prabho Padamupaishi Dishtya Drishoho.
श्रुति प्रकर दर्शित प्रचुर वैभव श्रीपते हरे जय जय प्रभो पदमुपैषि दिष्ट्यादृशोः श्रुति प्रकर दर्शित प्रचुर वैभव श्रीपते हरे जय जय प्रभो पदमुपैषि दिष्ट्यादृशोः
श्रुति प्रकर दर्शित प्रचुर वैभव श्रीपते हरे जय जय प्रभो पदमुपैषि दिष्ट्यादृशोः श्रुति प्रकर दर्शित प्रचुर वैभव श्रीपते हरे जय जय प्रभो पदमुपैषि दिष्ट्यादृशोः
कुरुष्व धियमाशु मे कॉमा भुवन निर्मितौ karmatham. Put a im at the end of that line and the comma, karmatham. So here then Brahma is, after he's praising, he's requesting the Lord that whatever I'm supposed to be doing, please give me the intellect, because he doesn't know what he's supposed to do, right? So he's also requesting that whatever I'm intended to do, please give me the knowledge to be able to do the task that is supposed to do. So karmatham, comma, next line, that miti that you have, make it iti. Iti druhina varnita swaguna bamhima pahima. That line is continuous. Kurashva dhiyamashu me bhuvana nirmitau karmatham इति द्रुहिणवर्णित स्वगुणभं हिमा पाहि माम्
पुरुष्वदीयमाशु मे भुवन निर्मितौ कर्मटा इति द्रुहिणवर्णित स्वगुणभं हिमा पाहि माम् पुरुष्वदीयमाशु मे भुवन निर्मितौ कर्मटाम् इति द्रुहिणवर्णित स्वगुणभं हिमा पाहि माम्
कुरुष्व धियमाशु मे भुवन निर्मितौ कर्मठाम् इति द्रुहिणवर्णितः स्वगुणभं हिमा पाहि माम् कुरुष्व धियमाशु मे भुवन निर्मितौ कर्मठाम् इति द्रुहिणवर्णितः स्वगुणभं हिमां पाहि माम्
Stanza 8 लभस्व भुवनत्रयी रचन दक्षतामक्षतां गृहाणमदनुग्रहं कुरु तपश्च भूयो विधे भवत्वकिल साधनी मयि च भक्तिरत्युत्कटेत्युदीर्य गिरमादधाः मुदितचेतसं वेदसं लभस्व भुवनत्रयी रचन dakshatam akshatam. You can say it together, dakshatam akshatam. So comma at the very end, the first line is continuous, akshatam, comma, grihana madanugraham, comma, kuru tapascha bhuyo vidhe. Labhasva bhuvanatrahi rachana dakshatam akshatam, grihana madanugraham, kuru tapascha bhuyo vidhe.
लभस्व भुवनत्रयी रचनदक्षतामक्षतां गृहाणमदनुग्रहं कुरु तपश्च भूयो विधे लभस्व भुवनत्रयी रचनदक्षतामक्षतां गृहाणमदनुग्रहं कुरु तपश्च भूयो विधे
लभस्व भुवनत्रयी रचन दक्षतामक्षतां गृहाणमदनुग्रहं कुरु तपश्च भूयो विधे लभस्व भुवनत्रयी रचन दक्षतामक्षतां गृहाणमदनुग्रहं कुरु तपश्च भूयो विधे
भवत्वकिल साधनी comma Mayi cha bhaktirat yutkate and then put a plus. Bhaktirat yutkatet yudhirya. Okay, so that say that line together. Gira madadhaha. Put a visarga after gira madada if you don't have it, and then a comma. So that after sadhani there is a comma, and then it goes continuous. Mayi cha bhaktirat yutkatet yudhirya gira madadhaha, comma. मुदित चेतसं वेधसं भवत्वकिल साधनी मयि च भक्तिरत्युत्कटेत्युदीर्य गिरमादधाः मुदित चेतसं वेधसं
भवत्वकिल साधनी मयि च भक्तिरत्युत्कटेत् मयि च भक्तिरत्युत्कटेत्युदीर्य गिरमादधाः मुदितचेतसं वेधसं भवत्वकिल साधनी मयि च भक्तिरत्युत्कटेत्युदीर्य गिरमादधाः मुदितचेतसं वेधसं
भवत्वकिल साधनी मयि च भक्तिरत्युत्कटेत्युदीर्य गिरिमाददाः मुदितचेतनं वेधसं
Kalpana.
sorry मुदितचेतसं वेधसं
Yeah. And also the last line gira madatah, not giri, gira.
भवत्वकिल साधनी मयि च भक्तिरत्युत्कटेत्युदीर्य गिरमाददाः मुदितचेतसं वेधसं
Okay, we'll just switch halfway through. So Lakshmi Garu, can you be a student? And Sangeeta, can you be?
Okay.
Yes.
Stanza 9. Shatam kritatapastataha sakhalu divya samvatsarane avapya chatapo balam matibalam cha purvadhikam udiksha kila kampitam payasi pankajam vayuna भवद्बलविजृम्भितः पवनपातसीपीतवान् शतं कृततपास्ततः कॉमा स खलु दिव्य संवत्सरान्, put in at the end of that line and a comma, संवत्सरान् comma, next line navapya becomes avapya, so avapya cha tapobalam comma mati balam cha पूर्वाधिकम शतं कृततपास्ततः स खलु दिव्य संवत्सरान् अवाप्य च तपोबलं मतिबलं च पूर्वाधिकम्
शतं कृततपास्ततः स खलु दिव्य संवत्सरान् अवाप्य च तपोबलं मतिबलं च पूर्वाधिकम् शतं कृततपास्ततः स खलु दिव्य संवत्सरान् अवाप्य च तपोबलं मतिबलं च पूर्वाधिकम्
शतं कृततपास्ततः स खलु दिव्य संवत्सरान् अवाप्य च तपोबलं मतिबलं च पूर्वाधिकम् शतं कृततपास्ततः स खलु दिव्य संवत्सरान् अवाप्य च तपोबलं मतिबलं च पूर्वाधिकम्
उदीक्ष्य किल कंपितं कॉमा पयसि पंकजं वायुना कॉमा भवत् बल विजृंभितः कॉमा पवन पातसी पीतवान् उदीक्ष्य किल कंपितं पयसि पंकजं वायुना भवत् बल विजृंभितः पवन पातसी पीतवान्
उदीक्ष्य किल कंपितं पयसि पंकजं वायुना भवद्बलविजृम्भितः पवनपाथसी पीतवान् उदीक्ष्य किल कंपितं पयसि पंकजं वायुना भवद्बलविजृम्भितः पवनपाथसी पीतवान्
उदीक्ष्य किल कंपितं पयसि पंकजं वायुना भवद्बलविजृम्भितः पवनपातसी पीतवान् उदीक्ष्य किल कंपितं पयसि पंकजं वायुना भवद्बलविजृम्भितः पवनपातसी पीतवान्
तवैव कृपया पुनः सरसिजेन तेनैव सह प्रकल्प्य भुवनत्रयीं प्रववृते प्रजानिर्मितौ तथाविध कृपाभरो गुरुमरुत्पुराधीश्वर त्वमाशु परिपाहि मां गुरुदयोक्षितैरीक्षितैः. So then when Brahma requests that may I have the ability to create, and then the Lord blesses him in the previous two stanzas, right? He blesses him, and then Brahma goes into a little bit more of a meditation as well, more. And eventually, then what he does is, now later on, what he does comes later in the next chapter, but he ends up creating the, like it says, the Bhuvana Trayim, the three worlds. Like I said, there are 14 worlds, 7 at the bottom, 1 middle, Earth, or the current planetary system, and then 6 planetary systems above. So those are considered as 3 worlds. By 3 worlds, they mean all the 14 worlds. So he ends up creating all the 14 worlds. So with your blessing and your compassion, oh, that Lord of Guruvayur, please protect me. And also he says here, protect me quickly with all your compassions. He says, you are able, with all this compassion, you help Brahma out, but just help me, get rid of all my diseases as well. So Tavaiva Kripaya Punaha, the is that is there, remove it. So Visarga and a comma, Punaha, Sarasijena Tenaiva Saha, comma, Prakalpya Bhuvana Trayin, comma, Prabhavrite Praja Nirmitau. Tavaiva Kripaya Punaha, Sarasijena Tenaiva Saha, Prakalpya Bhuvana Trahim, Prabhavrite Praja Nirmitau.
तवैव कृपया पुनः सरसिजेन तेनैव सहः सहः और सह
Saha. Tenaiva saha.
स्वरसिजेन तेनैव सह प्रकल्प्य भुवनत्रयीं प्रवृते प्रजा निर्मितौ तवैव कृपया पुनः सरसिजेन तेनैव सह प्रकल्प्य भुवनत्रयीं प्रवृते प्रजा निर्मितौ
तवैव कृपया पुनः सरसिजेन तेनैव सह प्रकल्प्य भुवनत्रयीं प्रववृते प्रजा निर्मितौ तवैव कृपया पुनः सरसिजेन तेनैव सह प्रकल्प्य भुवनत्रयीं प्रववृते प्रजा निर्मितौ
तथा विध कृपा भरो कॉमा गुरु मरुत् पुराधीश्वर कॉमा त्वमाशु परिपाहि मां कॉमा गुरु दयोक्षितैर ईक्षितैहि. You can say it together, Guru dayokshitair ikshitaihi, but ikshitaihi means to give glance, to look at it. So he says here that you protect me and get rid of all of my diseases with your glances which are filled with compassion. So with that compassion filled glances, you please eradicate everything. So tatha vidha kripa bharo comma guru marut puradishwar. Okay, I already said. So guru dayokshitair ikshitaihi. I think it will be easier to say it that way, but you can try it. Tatha vidha kripa bharo guru marut puradishwar tvamashu paripahi mam guru dayokshitair ikshitaihi.
तथा विध कृपा भरो गुरुमरुत्पुराधीश्वर त्वमाशु परिपाहि मां गुरुदयोक्षितैरीक्षितैः तथा विध कृपा भरो गुरुमरुत्पुराधीश्वर त्वमाशु परिपाहि मां गुरुदयोक्षितैरीक्षितैः
तथाविध कृपाबरो गुरुमरुत्पुराधीश्वर त्वमाशु परिपाहि मां गुरुदयोक्षितैरीक्षितैः तथाविध कृपाबरो गुरुमरुत्पुराधीश्वर त्वमाशु परिपाहि मां गुरुदयोक्षितैरीक्षितैः.
Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Okay, so we'll go to Dasakam 10. So this is Srishti Bheda Varnanam. So all the creation which is happening, including Saraswati, Rudra, and all of that is happening here. So stanza 1. So this is a slightly different tune, right? Vaikuntha Vardita Balota Bhavat Prasadat Ambojayo Nirasujat Kila Jiva Dehan Sthasnuni Bhuruhamayani Tata Tirascham Jatim Manushya Nivahana Pideva Bhedan. So Vaikuntha Vardita Balota Bhavat Prasadat. Put it at the end of that line in the comma. Prasadat. Next line, Dambo that you have makes it Ambo. Ambo Jayo Nirasrijat. So that is together. Ambo Jayo Nirasrijat Kila Jiva Dehan. We can try doing it 4 lines. Otherwise, if you are finding it tough, we can split it into 2 lines. Okay. Stasnuni Bhuru Hamayani Tatha Tirascham, and then put a plus after Tirascham. Jatim Manushya Nivahanapi Deva Bhedan. So the last 2 lines come together.
Can you repeat the last line? எனக்கு வந்து ஜாதிர் மனுஷ்யன் இருக்கு.
Oh, can you make it Jatim Im?
Jatim.
Yeah.
And then there is no ir that. Jatim manushya or
Yeah, Jatim Manushya Nivahanapi. So instead of ir,
ஈ கிடையாது இர் கிடையாது கரெக்டா ஜாத்தீர் இருக்கு ஜாத்திம்
Ama Jatim.
ஓகே
Jatim manushya nivahanapi
Deva Bhedan. Yeah. Actually, what it is referring to is the Jatim means the species or the types. That's what it is. I don't know what Jatir what it means, probably the same, but I don't know why it is one versus the other. So वैकुण्ठवर्धितबलोत भवत्प्रसादात् अम्बोजयो निरसृजत् किल जीवदेहान् स्थास्नूनि भूरुहमयानि तथा तिरश्च जातिं मनुष्यनिवहानपि देवभेदान्
वैकुण्ठवर्धितबलोऽथ भवत्प्रसादात् अम्भोजयो निरसृजत् किल जीवदेहान् स्थास्नूनि भूरुहमयानि तथा तिरश्चां जातिं मनुष्यनिवहानपि देवभेदान् वैकुण्ठवर्धितबलोऽथ भवत्प्रसादात् अम्भोजयो निरसृजत् किल जीवदेहान् स्थास्नूनि भूरुहमयानि तथा तिरश्चां जातिं मनुष्यनिवहानपि देवभेदान्
वैकुण्ठवर्धितबलोत भवत्प्रसादात् अम्बोजयो निरसृजत् किल जीवदेहान् स्थास्नूनि भूरुहमयानि तथा निरश्चां जातिं मनुष्यनिवहानपि देवभेदान्
Sangeeta, third line, last word, tirashcham.
तिरश्चाम्
Yeah.
वैकुण्ठवर्धितबलोत भवत्प्रसादात् अम्बोजयो निरसृजत् किल जीवदेहान् स्थास्नूनि भूरुहमयानि तथा तिरश्चां जातिं मनुष्यनिवहानपि देवभेदान्
ஒரே ஒரு correction. இந்த first word வந்து வைகுண்டான்னு கேக்குறது. tha.
Vaikuntha, sorry. It
And
is
the second
only.
tha. Yeah, second tha. அது வந்து I know, like, you know, in the what do you call, in the common language it has become vaikunda. That's how everybody
தமிழ்ல பேசி பேசி அது வந்துட்டு I think
I know it's that's what everybody says is vaikunda, but it's vaikuntha. The emphasis tha. That's the right way. Okay. Stanza 2. मिथ्याग्रहास्मि मतिराग विकोप भीतिः अज्ञान वृत्तिमिति पंचविधां ससृष्ट्वा उद्दाम तामस पदार्थ विधान धूनः तेने त्वदीय चरण स्मरणं विशुद्ध्यै. So in the first one, first stanza, all the things which are non-moving are all first that has to exist, right, for everything else to come. So that was there, and then the concept of the souls and the bodies, all of that is happening. Then in the second stanza, the various attributes, because those attributes are what makes us or makes everybody else, all the species as regular jivatmas, right? So those attributes of the effects of ignorance. So because of not having that knowledge of thinking about everything as whatever we are seeing as real, so that behavior, along with the ego, the oneness, attachment to things, anger, fear, so all of those core attributes of the prakriti, so all of those are also getting created. So mithya grahasmi mati, so up to that it's one word, mithya grahasmi mati raga vikopa bhitihi. So put a visarga at the end of that line, comma. Next line, rajnana, that you have, make it a. Ajnana vrittimiti pancha vidam sa srishtva uddama tamasa padartha vidana dhunaha, comma, visarga there, dhunaha, visarga and a comma. Next line, if you have a is, remove that off. Tene tvadiya charana smaranam vishuddhyai. So once he creates all of these basic attributes of everything, then again he doesn't know what needs to come next. So again he resorts into charana smaranam. He resorts into meditating on your feet. Mithya grahasmi matiraga vikopa bhitihi ajnana vrittimiti pancha vidham sasrishtva uddama tamasa padartha vidana dhunah तेने त्वदीय चरण स्मरणं विशुद्ध्यै.
मिथ्याग्रहास्मि मतिराग विकोप भीतिः अज्ञान वृत्तिमिति पंचविधां सृष्ट्वा उद्दामतामसपदार्थविधानदूनः तेने त्वदीयचरणस्मरणं विशुद्ध्यै मिथ्याग्रहास्मि मतिरागविकोपभीतिः अज्ञानवृत्तिमिति पञ्चविधां सृष्ट्वा उद्दामतामसपदार्थविधानदूनः तेने त्वदीयचरणस्मरणं विशुद्ध्यै
मिथ्याग्रहास्मि मतिरागविकोपभीतिः अज्ञानवृत्तिमिति पञ्चविधां सृष्ट्वा उद्धामतामसपदार्थविधानदूनः तेने त्वदीयचरणस्मरणं विशुद्ध्यै मिथ्याग्रहास्मि मतिरागविकोपभीतिः अज्ञानवृत्तिमिति पञ्चविधां सृष्ट्वा उद्धामतामसपदार्थविधानदूनः तेने त्वदीयचरणस्मरणं विशुद्ध्यै
Stanza 3. Tavat sasarja manasa sanakam sanandham bhuyas sanatana munim cha sanat kumaram te srishti karmani tu tene niyujyamanaha tvatpada bhakti rasika jagruhur navani. So like I think I must have said even before, right? Anybody who's coming from Brahma or who are referred to as children of Brahma, we cannot compare it to how we define word children right now. And the only reason they use children then is there's no other way to say it because you're coming from something, right? So here purely from manasa, from his mind, right? First the people among the species, the people category, he first creates the four rishis come out, which are Sanaka, Sanandha, Sanatana and Sanat Kumara. Those are the four rishis who actually are first come out. They are there. But the intention for Brahma to create them was to help out with the process of creation. But these four rishis come out and say, you know what, we are not interested in the act of creation. And they are completely dedicated to the Tvatpada Bhakti Rasika. They are always dedicated to worshipping you. So they kind of bail out of it saying, no, but we are not going to be interested in creation. And we are always going to be just thinking about the Lord's feet. So, Tavat sasarja manasa sanakam sanandam, comma, bhuyaha, so put a is there, bhuyas sanatana munim cha sanat kumaram te srishti karmani tu tena niyujyamanaha. So visarga at the end and comma, niyujyamanaha. Next line is goes away. So tvat pada bhakti rasika jagruhur na vani. Tavat sasarja manasa sanakam sanandham bhuyas sanatana munim cha sanat kumaram te srishti karmani tu tena niyujyamanaha tvatpada bhakti rasika jagruhur navani.
तावत् ससर्ज मनसा सनकं सनन्दं भूयः सनातनमुनिञ्च सनत्कुमारं ते सृष्टिकर्मणि तु तेन नियुज्यमानाः त्वत्पादभक्तिरसिका जगृहुर्नवाणीं तावत् ससर्ज मनसा सनकं सनन्दं भूयः सनातनमुनिञ्च सनत्कुमारं ते सृष्टिकर्मणि तु तेन नियुज्यमानाः त्वत्पादभक्तिरसिका जगृहुर्नवाणीम्
तावत् ससर्ज मनसा सनकं सनन्दं भूयः सनातनमुनिं च सनत्कुमारं ते सृष्टिकर्मणि तु तेन नियुज्यमानाः त्वत्पादभक्तिरसिका जगृहुर्नवाणीम् तावत् ससर्ज मनसा सनकं सनन्दं भूयः सनातनमुनिं च सनत्कुमारं ते सृष्टिकर्मणि तु तेन नियुज्यमानाः त्वत्पादभक्तिरसिका जगृहुर्नवाणीम्.
Stanza 4. Tavat prakopamuditam pratirundatosya bhrumat yado janimrido bhavade kadeshah नामानि मे कुरु पदानि च हा विरिञ्चेत् यादौ रुरोद किल तेन सरुद्रनामा. So when Brahma, the four Sanat Kumara rishis come and they say, "No, what, I'm not interested." So Brahma is now, I wouldn't use the word anger, although that word is used here, but essentially he is what you would call, he's frustrated, right? You can think of it that way. So when that is happening, from the middle of his eyebrows, right? So that's why it says Bruvor Madhya, from the middle of the eyebrows of Brahma, it swells, and from that comes a person called as Mrida. That's why it says Mrido, right? Mrido means Mridaha, it becomes Mrido. So Mrida comes, who is a part of you only, Bhavadeka Deshaha. But says that Mrida is a part of you. And because essentially Brahma also came from the Lord, and from Brahma came this Mrida from the middle of his eyebrows. So this Mrida comes, and this Mrida says, okay, I'm ready to help you out, right? And then he says, I want identity, and then I want things to do, and etc. And because that Mrida cries in a sense, not necessarily weeping like how we refer to cry, but because he's asking for it and he's looking for it, he's called as Rudra. So that is how the word Rudra comes. And then the multiple of those Mridas get created, and there are 11 Rudras who are actually born or who are created. So this is where this is the beginning of. So that's where it comes here as Kilatenasa Rudra Nama, and they are called as Rudras because they are asking or they're crying for wanting to do something. And that's so that Rudra is coming from the eyebrows of middle of the eyebrows of Brahma. So Tavat Prakopa Muditam Pratirundha Tosya. So that is together Pratirundha Tosya, and then put a plus. Bhrumat Yedo Jani. Together again. Bhrumat Yedo Jani Mrido Bhavadeka Deshaha. Namani me kuru padani cha ha virinchet yadav. Again put a plus at the end of that line. Virinchet yadav ruroda kila tenasa rudra nama. So the first two lines are together, second two lines are together.
Rajesh, I have Virincha, and then on the last one it's Ityadado. Ityadado.
Yeah, I mean, see, it is Virincheti Adau are the two words, okay, there. But because it's written together, it's Virinchet Yadav is what the full word is. Okay. But I don't know why they broke it in your book, but it's the same thing. They've just broken it. So it's Virinchet Yadav.
So I make it as Virinche.
Yeah, Virinchet Yadav. Virinche, I think on the book in the Virinche plus Ityadav is definitely wrong. They should have either written Virincha iti. Okay, have they written Virincha iti Adav?
No, it's Virincha, and then Ityadav.
Okay, I think that's okay. It's the same thing, but just making the cha and e we are combining to make it che. That's all. Okay. So Virinchet Yadav.
ராஜேஷ் ஒரு சின்ன கொஸ்டின், அந்த 11 ருத்ரா ஸ்கேம் சொன்னேன்ல, அது வந்து அதனால நம்ம இந்த நீலலோகிதா இந்த டிஃபரண்ட் ருத்ரா ஃபார்ம் சொல்றோம் அதானா?
Exactly. That's right. You're right. Tavat prakopamuditam pratirundhatosya bhrumatyato janimrido bhavadeka deshaha namani me kurupadani chaha virinchet yadav ruroda kilatena sarudranama.
Tavat prakopamuditam pratirundhatosya bhrumadyato janimrido bhavadeka deshaha Namani me kurupadani chaha virinchet yadav ruroda kilatena sarudra nama. Tavat prakopamuditam pratirundhatosya bhrumadyato janimrudo bhavadeka deshaha Namani me kurupadani chaha virinchet yadav ruroda kilatena sarudra nama.
Tavat prakopamuditam pratirundhatosya bhrumadyato janimrudo bhavadeka deshaha namani me kurupadani chaha virinchet yadav ruroda kilatena sarudra nama. तावत् प्रकोपमुदितं प्रतिरुन्धतोऽस्य भ्रूमध्यथो जनिमृडो भवदेकदेशः नामानि मे कुरु पदानि च हा विरिञ्चेत्यादौ रुरोध किल तेन स रुद्रनामा.
Stanza 5. एकादशाह्वयतया च विभिन्न रूपं रुद्रं विधाय दयिता वनिताश्च दत्त्वा तावन्त्यदत्त च पदानि भवत्प्रणुन्नः प्राह प्रजाविरचनाय च सादरं तम्. So ekadashahvayataya, that's common complete word. So ekadashahvayataya cha vibhinna rupam, comma, rudram vidhaya dayita vanitascha dattva tavantya datta cha padani bhavat pranunnaha, comma, praha praja virachanaya cha sadaram tam. So here in the 11 Rudras, right? So like Ramesh, you were telling, and I'll send it as later as a message. So the 11 names are there. One of them is Shiva in that Rudra, right? And then these Rudras each have different forms. And so each one also has a different name because of the different forms they have. And there's also Rudra Patnis who are there along with the Rudras. And then all of them engage in the, they want to help with the creation, right? So they all begin the act of creation. So ekadashahvayataya cha vibhinna rupam rudram vidhaya dayita vanitascha dattva tavantya datta cha padani bhavat pranunnaha praha praja virachanaya cha sadaram tam.
Ekadashahvayataya cha vibhinna rupam Rudram vidhaya dayita vanitascha dattva tavantva datta cha padani bhavat pranunnaha praha praja virachanaya cha sadarantam. Ekadashahvataya cha vibhinna rupam Rudram vidhaya dayita vanitascha dattva tavantya datta cha padani bhavat pranunnaha praha praja virachanaya cha sadarantam.
Lakshmi Garu, the first word, right? Ekadashahvayataya. Just try that word again.
I'm getting it something different. Ekadashahvataya cha ekadashahvataya.
No, I think
I am missing the ya there.
yeah, you're missing the ya. Ekadashahvayataya.
Yeah. Ekadashahvayataya cha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now what I'm making
Yeah,
mistake.
yeah, yeah.
एकादशाह्वयतया च विभिन्नरूपं रुद्रं विधाय दयिता वनिताश्च दत्त्वा तावन्त्यदत्त च पदानि भवत्प्रणुन्नः प्राह प्रजा विरचनाय च सादरं तम्. एकादशाह्वयतया च विभिन्नरूपं रुद्रं विधाय दयिता वनिताश्च दत्त्वा तावन्त्यदत्त च पदानि भवत्प्रणुन्नः प्राह प्रजा विरचनाय च सादरं तम्.
Stanza 6. Rudrabhisrishta bhayadakriti rudra sanga sampuryaman bhuvanatra bhita chetah mama praja sujata paschara mangalayet yachashtatam kamala bhurbhavadiridatma. So when these Rudras start the act of creation, the world, the people who they create are very ghoram also. So they're very frightful. So Brahma sees that and then says that this is not going to work out, right? And then he gets a message from within. Brahma gets a message from within saying, let them not continue with the act of creation and they have to resort to meditation. So Brahma then tells the Rudras that no, you don't continue the act of creation, and then you resort into meditation, and then so they all get into the complete meditation mode. All the Rudras get into the meditation mode. So in the, I don't know how many of you have been, and I'm not 100% sure about this, but I have a vague recollection in Coimbatore, right, where when I was growing, there is one temple where I think it's a Vinayagar temple, and also has a Shivan temple also. There they actually had how the first set of creation was, and they had all these pictures on the wall, and I'll have to go and check on that. And it showed how the first set of creation was, and how it was extremely frightening, and didn't make sense, and then how the next set of creation evolved. So that was something, I don't know, நீங்க இது ஸ்ரீவித்யா சார், ஸ்ரீவித்யா அந்த என்னது இந்த சிவன் கோயில், என்ன சிவன் கோயில் அங்க
கோரியம்மன் பக்கத்துலயா இல்ல பேரூர் சொல்றீங்களா?
பேரூர் பக்கத்துல அங்க அந்த இதுல பேரூர் சிவன் டெம்பிள், ஒரு பக்கத்துல அங்க ஒரு ஆஞ்சநேயர் கோவில் இருக்கு இல்லையா பெருசு?
ஆஞ்சநேயர் கோவில் வந்து வடவள்ளி
இல்ல, அங்கிருந்து when you're going on the வடவள்ளியில இருந்து when you're coming, I think near the பேரூர் only, I think maybe yeah, one of those temples. I don't know if your parents will remember, but check with them. One of those temples I remember very clearly visiting and seeing all these things in there.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a Perur temple or பக்கத்துல வேற ஏதோ ஒரு பெரிய ஆஞ்சநேயர் கோவில் ஏதோ. I'll ask my father and see also. Well, that's what I. So anyway,
பேரூர்ல பார்த்த மாதிரி எனக்கு தெரியல, but I will definitely check.
Yeah, okay. I think it was on the wall murals, right, which are there on the walls.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. Anyway, so Rudrabhi Srishta Bayadakriti Rudra Sangha, and then put a plus, Sampurya Mana Bhuvana Traya Bhita Chetaha. So both those lines are together. Ma Prajaha is there, put a is, Prajas Srija Tapashchara Mangalayet Yachashta. So same thing. I don't know, Sangeeta, unga book if it is different again, but you have to put a plus there. Mangalayet Yachashta. Tam Kamalabhur Bhavadiridatma. So first two lines are together, next two lines are together. Rudrabhisrishta Bhayaдаkriti Rudra Sangha Sampuryamana Bhuvanatraya Bhita Chetaha Mama Prajasujata Paschara Mangalayet Yachashtatam Kamala Bhurbhavadiritatma.
Rudrabhisrishta Bhayada Kritirudra Sangha Sampuryamana Bhuvanatraya Bhita Chetaha Mama Prajasujata Paschara Mangalayet Yachashtatam Kamala Bhurbhavadiritatma. Rudrabhisrishta Bhayada Kritirudra Sangha Sampuryamana Bhuvanatraya Bhita Chetaha Mama Prajasujata Paschara Mangalayet Yachashtatam Kamala Bhurbhavadiritatma.
Rudrabhisrishta Bhayada Kritirudra Sangha Sampuryamana Bhuvanatraya Bhita Chetaha Mama Prajasrijata Paschara Mangalayet Yachashtatam Kamala Bhurbhavadiritatma. Rudrabhisrishta Bhayada Kritirudra Sangha Sampuryamana Bhuvanatraya Bhita Chetaha Mama Prajasrijata Paschara Mangalayet Yachashtatam Kamala Bhurbhavadiritatma.
Just stop the class here. Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. Sandhanandhava Bodhatmakamanupamitam Kaladeshavadebhyam Nirmuktam Nityamuktam Nigamashata Sahasrena Nirbhasyamanam Aspashtam Drishtamatre Punarurupurushartatmakam Brahmatattvam Tattavad Bhadi Sakshat Guru Pavanapure Hanta Bhagyam Janhanam Kahena Vacha Manasendriyeva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi Yatyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayana Heti Samarpayami.